In the northern part of Ethiopia, there stands a small city called Lalibela. The city was founded by King Lalibela in the 12th century. The heart of the city is a group of 11 churches carved from the same mountain rock. Legends say that King Lalibela was given the knowledge of the architectural plan to build these churches by God. The most iconic church is St. George's Church, named after St. George, the patron saint of Ethiopia. Each church represents a story in the Bible. St. George's Church represents Noah's Ark. The windows at the bottom are symbolically closed because they represent the part of the ark that was under water. The most striking thing about the churches in Lalibela is how close you can get to the genius work of the ancestors. Nearly 1,000 years ago, they erected these monuments using the most advanced knowledge. These are not historical artifacts that are hidden by some glass wall that you cannot touch. It is history in the making, and a reenacting of history. The same traditions, the same prayers have been said here for nearly 1,000 years. We walked from one church to another, barefoot, in burrowed tunnels deep in the mountain, and in paths only wide enough for one person. At one point, I was so amazed by how dangerous the pathway was that I asked out loud, how many people have accidents every year? An elderly woman who overheard me answered with a sharp voice, "There is no accident here. This is God's place." Each day, in the grounds of St. George's Church, women sing in praise of God. They sing for guidance, for blessings, and to live a righteous life. Each year, thousands of people come to the city of Lalibela. During the celebration of Ethiopian Christmas, an estimate of 50,000 people come from all over Ethiopia. Some people walk or ride for many days.
ለስንት ጊዜ መጡ እዚህ?
አራት ቀን የተጓዝን።
4 ቀን
በእግራችን።
አሁን ገና መግባቱ ነው?
አይ ሰንብተናል።
There is a huge camping site for all these guests. There are temporary accommodations erected using wooden poles and plastic sheets. These people have not much material possessions, yet they commit to such endurance testing journeys because they believe in something greater than themselves. They believe that this life is temporary. Possession and material things are not forever. They deeply believe that the only permanent thing is their spirit. Every person we met extended their hospitality. We met a mother who offered to take us home.
ቤቱ አንቆይም፣ ዛሬ እንመለሳለን እኛ።
Further south, in the capital Addis Ababa, this ancient way of life is increasingly being challenged by modern living. In the ever-changing world, how do people sustain such faith? For some, even the simple act of getting on the newly opened metro is God's will. This young man was convinced that it was with God's permission that he was on the train for the first time.
ይሄ የመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ነው?
የመጀመሪያ ጊዜ
ምን ተሰማ ታዲያ?
በጣም ደስታ ተሰማኝ።
ምን ደስ አለ?
ባቢል ያው ከህይወቴ አንዱ ማስቀድሞ ባቡር ላይ ለመሄድ ነበር ሀሳቤ። በቃ ጉጉቴ እንደዛ ነበር። ደስ ብሎኛል። አሁን በሞትም ደስተኛ ነኝ።
The people are caught between two worlds. The chariot of globalization is confronting the old ways of life. Yet, the people hold dearly to the old way of life. In Addis, I went to Kidane Meheret Church. The road to the church was filled with thousands of people. Cars and animals pushed against each other with equal force. The beggar and the rich man, the widow and the newly married, the young and the old, all walked side by side in search of the holy waters of the Virgin Mary. I thought perhaps as the city becomes more technologically advanced and scientifically minded, people will lose their belief. However, for them, God is involved in every act. In the face of globalization, will this authenticity survive? I believe it will. After all, it has survived for thousands of years by incorporating new ideas, but remaining true to its roots.